I kind of want to move on to asking you guys questions about how you guys work with your real estate agents. Your experience, what is more like, what is the most important thing you think your real estate agent should provide you? Winnie, would you like to get that first?
Sure, sure. I think experience and how much homework that agent has done to that property or that market is very important to me, and that and loyalty is important. And also, I certainly appreciate if the agent is willing to step in and solve any dispute or issues during or even after closing. Again, I always said, in an easy transaction, you don't really value how your agent as much, because then that's why a lot of people will say, just do the online listing or whatnot without your agent is fine. I think if on a very basic, easy transaction, you can do that. But I actually have seen so many very difficult transactions that I think that's when the agent matters, and that's during difficult transactions. So certainly that's important to me.
And honestly, you won't know that the transaction is easy until it's closed. So you never know before you go into
right, or during the closing, process, then you will find out a lot of issues, right? From inspection, from permits, from your seller, from all kinds of issues will come out. And I think whether this transaction was easy or not, also depends on your experience. If you have never seen any difficult transaction before, you may never know how difficult a transaction can be. But I think after a period of time, I have seen quite a bit, and so I actually very much appreciate an agent who can help me to solve the problems, or at least point me to the right direction to solve the problems.
Yeah, and you have worked with so many agents because you invest all over, not just within US, you invest all over, literally internationally as well. So you definitely have that experience, like why it's so important to have a good real estate.
Yeah, and different type of transaction too, residential versus commercial and whatnot. So, but I have to say, if most of the time, like if it's a single family home, maybe the transaction is not as difficult, but still things can go wrong. And I've seen so many things that have gone wrong. So that's why who I pick as an agent is important to me.
Great. Anyone else would like to comment on that as well? How do you choose your agent, and what's most important to you when you're choosing an agent?
Well, I'll comment that I didn't realize I had become this kind of consumer, but I kind of feel like I'm spending a lot of money on this transaction, and I don't feel like I need to do all the work running down all the little details. And so that sense of calm and ease, that there's a full service, there's someone supporting me who's knowledgeable, and that there's no surprises. And that's a little bit because my work in user experience is about optimizing and taking obstacles out of the way of the customer. And so it bothers me as a professional as well as an individual when it's like, why did you not solve that problem for me? But I'll also add that in this time when everyone is stressed, I'm trying to do my job from home, and it's not easy. And so to have things popping up throughout the course of the day, like, hey, this form needs to happen, and this needs to happen, and this needs to happen right now. I've been much more frustrated with my mortgage broker because of like, give me some advance notice. I am not full-time on this. You are working for me and I'm paying you a ton of money. So how is this now my emergency when I'm trying to juggle 3 calls with people in London and Asia? So so Terel's been fantastic, and I feel like I don't have to worry about stuff, and he's very calm. And like, I would pay for that. And I am very satisfied with how it's gone through.
Yeah, that's kind of very generous of you. Thanks.
Sure.
And I have no doubt, I know Terel on a personal level, and I know whoever is working with Terel will be super happy because he's so diligent and so calm, like you said. And it's really important for an agent to be able to negotiate on behalf of you instead of bringing you the problem. Like, hey, we have this problem. It's like, bring to the client after you solve it somehow. If you cannot solve it, then bring it to the clients. Yeah. And how about you, Judy or Ahmed? Do you guys have any specific requirements?
For me, it's not really specific requirements, but I think it's setting the correct expectations and also making sure that the agent is really your partner and not just doing a transaction for you. So really looking for a partner that's on the same page as you and make sure that you are fighting on the same side, because you don't want the agent to just think, okay, I'm just pushing another transaction, just trying to make a commission. Because sometimes, like, I've been in the Bay Area for more than, I don't know now, 20 plus years. So I know this area better now than I did before. But when I first moved here, when I did not know the area so well, I want someone who can truthfully tell me what's going on in the area, right? And somebody who is a local expert, knowing what may be happening within a certain within the city. Because sometimes, like, okay, I buy a house today, it looks nice, may have a nice scenery and so quiet, but next day there's going to be like a hotel next to me, like a huge plaza building next to me. So it'd be great to have somebody that knows what's going to happen 3 to 5 years from then, so that you're getting what you're expecting to get.
Yeah.